Video is sponsored by the marketplace powered by Trader Central. So recently launched, the marketplace is a town square for traders to make a living out of the ecosystem. Currently, Havana is accessible, a digital playground where you play to earn tokens, which can be used for discounts on your funding plan or purchase packs to fast track your challenge. Go to the link in the description box below and access the marketplace. Yo, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Vussy Max. You already know the vibe. So in today's video, I want to keep it short, simple, and stuff like that. So before we get into it, actually we're analyzing NAS100 for the week. So today is a Monday. So analyzing NAS100 to see what the structure can provide for us during the week, course of the week and stuff like that. So yeah, before we get into it, go like, comment, subscribe, click the bell notification icon so you don't miss out on any future drops. And leave a comment in the comment section if you have any, if you need any type of videos or you think I should make a certain video to assist you and stuff like that. I'm open to video suggestions is what I'm trying to say. You feel me? So yeah, let's go ahead and analyze it without taking any more of the time. Okay, let's analyze NAS100 first. After this one, I'm gonna drop the US31. So stay tuned for that one. It's gonna drop shortly after I drop this one. It's a Monday today. The market is open. So yeah, I mean we have a beautiful structure there. It's on the daily time frame. Beautiful downtrend structure. So before you even go to the smaller time frame, you need to understand what's going on in the bigger time frames, right? In the bigger time frames, you need to see the structure. It's going to show you where the overall direction of the market is going, right? So that's very important. I'm sure you can see the support and resistance lines that are also included on this chart. Those are key levels, right? So if you want to know more about trading levels and stuff like that, on the mentorship, signals and mentorship, I dropped a lesson last week going over a full strategy on how to actually identify the key levels, the highs and lows and stuff like that, and where the market is going to go to bounce actually. So that's very important to know because you can easily predict where the market is going to either buy, reject, or retest and stuff like that. So yeah, so I'm going to show you the structures on daily in the H4, then we can go to H1 to find the structures within the smaller time frame so you can enter. So the daily time frame is for market direction, the H4 is for setups, and the H1 is where you're gonna look for your entries, and the M30, that's where you can find the best entries and stuff like that. In the 15 minutes, this is not really a scalping thing, it's scalping strategy. Those are more for big accounts, and those tend to how can I say this? Those tend to actually bring out a lot of emotions out of you as a trader. So because I'm making this videos for the intermediate traders and also beginners, then it's best if you stay away from the scalping, right? So sharp, we have a descending trend line there, descending channel, so to speak. So overall movement is a downtrend. We have a significant high there, and then we have a lower high, and then we still have another lower high there, even though it's outside of this structure, right? We can't just because this lower high is outside of this structure, we can't discard it so fast. We need to actually understand what's going on and look for possible reversals and breakouts that might happen, even though the structure is like this. So at the bottom we have our lower trend line. This one shows where the market is going to bounce, but at the bottom, because the trend line here shows where the market is going to bounce, but at the top. And if you can zoom in, right, you can see the market did bounce off this trend line, but then after that it came to test this level that I marked here. So if you want to know more about the levels, just go to signals and mentorship. We still got that one running. That's where I explain all these other concepts that are important for your trading journey, right? So we rejected the trend line at the top. We came back to test this level, and then we broke out. We had a false breakout move outside of this level, and then the market dropped, right? So now we're gonna look at where the market can retest, because I'm seeing a possible retest on this thing. You understand? So we also have this trend line here because the market formed the structure, but it's in the lower time frame as such. right? So when you want to draw your levels, I'm going to teach you real quick how to draw your levels. So when you want to draw your levels, you need to find areas where support or resistance has been touched more than once. So here it was once, and then the second time it was here. So 1 2 came back the third time to making the level even more stronger. So this one, it was a low, then it came back as a high, and then came back again as a high again, came back, which was a retest, went to drop, and then I didn't mean to remove this one. And then yeah, so this one is 1 2 3 times. So these two are equally as strong, but the market isn't going back to that level. And then we have this one, which was a support, it became a resistance, became support again. We haven't made contact with this one. And then we have this one now here, it was a resistance again, and then a resistance. There was a false break, and then the market dropped after that, right? So knowing these levels even on a daily time frame, it helps, because now when it drops or when it goes up, remember this is a daily time frame, so your trades will go for a longer period of time than if you were scalping as such, right? So since the market started dropping here, it's been 2 days now. Even today the market just went straight to drop, even though there was a gap, but we're going to talk about that one. So the level below this one, it's 1 2, it was support, resistance, and support again. So 1 2 3 4 times, right? So the ones at the bottom, I didn't really like mark them or include them, because the market is not operating at those areas. It's way above. So unless the market can break down, and then break down or break out of this level, as in like Mara to the downside, then we can start looking for other levels here. And as just as an example, I can show you another level here. You understand? So this one already is resistance, and then support. Well, resistance 3 times, 1 2 3. This candlestick rejection here, and then a breakout, and then a retest. So 4 times. So this one is also a strong level in case we can break down out of this level, right? There's also another level that we can include, which is support and then resistance. You understand? As such. So this is how our overall structure is looking on the daily. So we can go to the H4 so I can explain further structures of what's going on. I know this might be a little complicated, but you just need to like apply yourself and take time to understand. So our uptrend now, because remember the overall structure is a downtrend, but this whole structure is a downtrend. As you can see from there, it's a downtrend, but we have an uptrend that started, which is why we need to go on the H4. It's not yet an uptrend on the daily time frame, which is why we're starting on the H4 now, right? So we have this low, and then we have a higher low, and then another higher low, and then another higher low, and then more higher lows. And then as for the highs, we have equal highs, but then after that we have more higher highs, and higher highs, and higher highs, and higher highs right there. You feel me? So that's what's going on right now. Right, so this trend line that I have drawn here is to show that the major uptrend move is lying on top of this trend line. But as the price starts to move away from this trend line, as you can see, the price is moving way up here, so it's away from this main trend line of the uptrend. But it doesn't mean, because as you can see, there's a breakout here to the downside, so the price can still operate and come and reject here and then continue with the uptrend. So it's important to always keep your trend lines, even though the market might be operating a little bit higher or a little bit lower than where your initial trend line is, right? So we have, and then the market, as soon as the market moved away from this trend line, it started to form a ascending channel, which is why we have this trend line now, ascending channel. So the price was bouncing between these two trend lines, this one twice, and then this one twice also. So they are equally as important, so to speak. Remember, the more times the trend line has made contact with the price, then it's like more like important. The price is gonna obey that trend line or that level more times than the ones where they have the least amount of touches, so to speak. So on our daily, we have this trend line, right? Let's just go back to the daily real quick so I can explain what this means. So as you can see, our downtrend line, this one that you're seeing here, the market is approaching it. So when I go back to the H4, since the market dropped and it broke out of this zone, there hasn't been a retest for you to enter. Maybe if the price came back to this zone, and then maybe if the price came back to this zone, right, this zone here, then maybe you can open a sell position there. You understand? You can open a sell position there, put your SL slightly higher than the thing, than the next level, right? Because that's where the market can go to that's where the market can go to test. So if you have your SL just there, you can easily get kicked out. So that's why you would have your thingy there, and then you would have your TP just slightly above the next level, because sometimes the market will approach a level and not touch, and they just turn from there. So it's possible, but none of this actually happened. I'm just gonna remove, but instead the price is approaching this zone here now. So what this means, we can await a buyer position somewhere here, because if the market comes to test, this zone, then we can safely enter for our buy there, right, and put our SL slightly below this zone, and our TP can be somewhere slightly below this next level. So you can imagine now when we're entering here, our risk would be more or less than if we're entering there, because now we have to take into account the next level that's there. So now that the market is here, I'm gonna send this analysis to the public channel, our public Telegram. So make sure you go and join that, so you can. It's free, totally free on Telegram. So the link is in the pinned comment. Make sure you go join that one, so when I send these setups now, you can actually see them and you can apply them into your own trading. So in the H1, last but not least, we can look for setups there, and as you can see, the market is already starting to reject the structure that we have here, like the trend line. You can see the market, the way it's moving now, is consolidating for a couple of hours since we're on the H1 time frame. So on the H1 time frame, even if I can bring the price a little bit close together, I'm not seeing any like trend line that's like so important for me to draw, except for this one. But this one, we can use this for trade management to see if we can get a solid buy. How will the price react when it comes to this trend line here that's at the top here? So as for now, in NAS100, we just need to wait to see what's going on with the current buy setup that we have. You understand? So this will be more visible in your H4, and then in H1 probably we can look, if you don't have a structure on H1, we can probably look for candlestick formations at this zone here. You feel me? So I hope you found value in this video. You understand. If you watched till this part, I appreciate it. It means a lot. Feel me? Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, click the bell notification icon so you don't miss out on my other video that I'm dropping shortly after this one. So it's your boy Vussy. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.